Alright, here we go. What is our fate? What do the magic gods have for us here? We've got a Deathbloom Ritualist. We've got Frontliner, which is really only good in blue-white. We've got a Bolt. Bolt is a nice mono color start in the uncommon area. Boulder Branch and Opportunist is some solid green. Man, if this wheels, man, that would be interesting. This is likely to wheel, because like I said, it's not really that good except for in Soldier deck. It's okay, I guess, in Boros. Yeah, it's good. It's a B in the Azorius deck, B- in the Boros deck. The Azorius Soldiers puts it over the top. I think we can just take Bolt here, though. That seems like a fine pick. There's not a lot of other good red cards, though, just Strong Bull. But it's a solid enough card. Recruitment Officer. I mean, this is a B+, like, I think we'd be silly to pass that. We've got a cohort here, though. What's up, Mullet? We just trophied with our blue-white deck, bringing our trophy count for the set up to 10. So, feeling pretty good. And we haven't even played 30, I don't think we've played 30 events yet, so our trophy rate is around 30% or above. Feels good. Cohort. No real reason to pick Cohort over Recruitment Officer, in my opinion. Recruitment Officer is really delicious in pretty much every white deck. And we've got two of them. Skyfisher Spider is definitely tempting if we had had a black or a green start. It's probably better than the Recruitment Officer. There's also another cohort here. So we could be fighting somebody, whereas like this would be a pretty decent... Like we could still end up in black-red, for example, or green-white, green-red, splashing Skyfish Spider. That's a tough choice. I think I'm going to grab the spider. We don't have to play it. What's up, Shock? Alright, I'm going to take the spider here. Double Recruitment Officer, though, man. I'm torn. This is a better card than Recruitment Officer. I'm going for it. I'm going for Recruitment Officer. Let's keep cutting white. Last minute decision. That's a hard choice. Sibling Rivalry here versus Patrol. Both pretty weak options. I don't like Union of the Third Path. And Might is kind of eh. Sibling Rivalry is like okay filler. It's not really great in Boros. We could take the Patrol. The Patrol's pretty decent in the green-white deck in Selesnya. Like, it's filler in Selesnya. And we saw some really good green cards pass. These tend to go later, too. I think I'll take... I mean, Clear Cutter could be an option, too. But that's more of like a Simic card. That's for ramping. Now, I picked up Patrol, now I kind of wish I'd picked up the Spider, right? Gnawing Vermin here is a good Dimir card, but we haven't picked up any black or blue, so that would be a really big switch. Blitz and Bitter Reunion are both okay red cards, same with Strong Bull. In Boros, I think it's Bitter Reunion or Blitz over Strong Bull. Strong Bull's a C. Well, actually, Strong Bull's pretty decent. Bitter Reunion. Actually, it's Strong Bull over Bitter Reunion. I just got kicked. My ass got kicked by the Bitter Reunion last night, so. Continue to cut some red here from the pack to match with our pack one pick one on Bolt. Let's Excavation Power Blade, Archaeologist, Infiltrator, Onslaught, Razor Maw, Mine Worker, and Firebomb. This pack is just a complete garbage. Deadly, not a big fan of playing Deadly. But then again, I'm not really a big fan of anything in this pack, so maybe we just take the Reservoir here for some vault progress. Could be Razor Maw, too. But Razor Maw's better in black in the Golgari. You did a quick draft on Tuesday, drafted a red-green-black deck, but most cards were one-offs? Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay, Gnawing Vermin, pick 7. Blast Zone. Or not, I mean, Pallbearer. We might take the Blast Zone. Like, Pallbearer is okay. I'd rather be in the black-green and I didn't take the Spider. But, like, green-white is not, or sorry, red-white is not feeling good so far. Alright, we've got Survivor, Rock, Skull Flare, Rust Goliath, and Shoot Down. This has been a rough pack. Like, Rust Goliath and Shoot Down are both kind of mediocre green cards. I mean, these are all pretty bad. The best card here is probably Rock. I kind of think we could get away with playing Survivor, maybe? I don't know. This is tough. This is tough, man. We've got a Military Discipline, Machine Over Matter, Strong Bull. Our first picks, Recruitment, and Obliterating Bolt, was just such a strong Boros that I kind of want to keep trying for it. Surprise, surprise. Strong Bulls for days, huh? So, Caress. I think I'm focusing on Naya colors. We'll see. We'll see where we go. We might have to go green. Shoot. We might just have to play green here. It feels like it's red, and then we're pairing it with something. Take this for vault progress. We're not playing the Power Blade. Good afternoon, Pigpen. We trophied with our blue-white deck. Felt very good. Static Net, okay. So far, our white is really strong, with 2 recruitment officers and then Static Net. So I think this is going to be a mostly red draft, with a splash of white for Boros. That's where it's feeling so far. Hey, we got a Mishra's Command. Okay, so yeah, I think we're in Boros. I just think that it's going to be a kind of contested. And Vanguard versus Rock Hunter. That's a question mark. I think I like the Rock Hunter, especially as I said, we're going to be more in red. So let's get rid of you. Blast Zone. I'm not a big fan of Blast Zone. Blast Zone feels more like a black-red, or Rakdos card. You know me, just forcing Boros for days. Argoth, Airlift Chaplain. This feels good. We're okay. We're sending a strong signal for get the hell out of my Boros lane. Like, we passed on Spider and then we started picking up green cards, so that's kind of a newbie move. Here, take this really good green card, and then I'm gonna cut all the rest of the green cards coming to you. Alright. We got Lay Down Arms. Airlift Chaplain versus Mutt. That's kind of a tough choice. I think we're gonna go with Mutt. I think even if we weren't mostly red, I still think Mutt's slightly better than the Airlift Chaplain in Boros. In the Flyers deck, I think it's the other way around. I'm glad to see that the non-alchemy version is still firing and still available. I thought for a second that they were going to put the alchemy cards in and make people play that, and I was like, no! I don't think the answer to Brothers War is to add more busted cards. Could be a hot take, but that's how I feel, is that, like, yeah, what do we need? We need more busted cards. That'll solve this. That'll make this set more fair. All right, so I think here we've got a paratrooper versus a blast runner. We have so many strong bulls. The problem is so far we have no artifact generation. We haven't hit any explosions, so our strong bulls can't sacrifice any artifacts. So that makes me lean towards the paratrooper. And Goblin Blast Runner isn't really, like, necessary to make... I mean, Strong Bull's okay on its own without the Blast Runners. Blast Runners are good, but I think not as good as Paratrooper. Alright, what do we got here? Here's why we cut a little bit of green, so we're seeing a little bit of green. And another Boulder Branch. I think green was definitely our second option, and our white is just way too strong. So I guess we pick up Mask in case we end up there, and it's Vault Progress anyway. I think I like it over the Scrapsmith. Hope we don't have to run the Scrapsmith. If we end up having to run the Scrapsmith, we're in trouble. Now that's an interesting question. Do you ever play Statue? I think you can play Statue outside of blue-red. Maybe? But we'll take the combat trick here. Yeah, you can play it in Dimir. That's the other one that you can play it in. You pretty much need blue to play the Statue because of Mightstone's animation. Beautiful combo. Haven't done it yet. I highly recommend it. And we're getting some kind of second-rate cards in here. Like, I'd rather not run the conscripted. Maybe it's Energy Refractor. Take this just in case we need the creatures. Alright, we got what? Flow of Knowledge. Might, Millstone, Adept. Okay, so this is a Flow of Knowledge Vault Progress moment. Ooh, we might not actually make it, guys. We might be a little bit shy on playables. I'm always nervous. This is looking like a 15 card deck too. That's the problem, is that like we don't have any late game. Do we run Skitterbeam? I think the answer is yes. You always run Skitterbeam. There's another. We could have been a 2 Skyfisher Spider deck. That's pretty good. There's a Prison Sentence here. There's a Cohort. Drafna. Cavalry Escape. Another Strong Bowl. I want to lean more towards red. So I think Strong Bull's kind of on the same page. Military Discipline is a probably equal value, but white instead of red. And I think I want to be more creature heavy. We could pick up the Cavalry. The Cavalry would give us a little bit more late game. I think I'm okay with another Strong Bull though. We saw a lot of Strong Bull's wheel. So I think Whirling Strike could work. Disenchant is probably better than the Whirling Strike as far as removal goes. I'm gonna go with the Whirling Strike. Keep mostly red. What's our creature count at anyway? 13? Life and choices and such. Oh dear. No playable? No playable pack 3, pick 4? That's just a rough pack for us. Okay, we'll take Titania here. Oh, was there a lantern in there? Soul Guide Lantern. It just didn't even register. Yeah, these are a lot weaker without cohorts and such, eh? I think we're just going to be running a really low curve and hoping to use Whirling Strikes. Refractor. I mean, even if we're just playing these as 2/3s for 3, that's okay. It's not great, but I'd rather not run the Rivalry, but we'll just keep cutting red and hope that we get some picks here, because like, well, we could play Supply Drop. I think they're on the same level. So Wellspring. Wellsprings work pretty well with how many Strong Bulls we have. It's not really what we want to be doing though. But yeah, red and white is just cut from this pack right now. Alt Progress? 4-drop, that's kind of crappy. Take the Vault Progress. We have some stuff that we can play that's kind of meh. 14 creatures. It's on the low side. Okay, so complete the set here. I think supply drop might be in. Okay, I think this might be our deck. So if we count this, do we have another 5-drop here? Just so I can do it for math. No, we don't have another 5-drop, so we can put in a 4-drop and be close enough. 2.2, that's okay, that's low enough for me. So our weakest cards in the deck are definitely the random artifacts that we're playing off of the Strong Bowl synergy. So like Supply Drop is pretty bad. Thick or Wellspring is definitely not really what Boros is trying to do. A turn 2 draw a card is just terrible. But I think it's better than like what our other options are, like Survivor. Survivor doesn't feel particularly good. I like the fact that we don't really have... Oh, the Onulet, I'd rather be playing something else. I think I'd rather play the Conscripted than the Onulet. Especially because we have no Power Stone synergy. And then we're kind of playing this as a 5-drop. We have one 4-drop, one 5-drop. And... I've got a plan. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 5, 3 mana to start. Need to find another red for this. We're running 8, 7, 8 mountains, 7 plains. Come on, don't have a turn 1. Zamboni. Don't have a blast runner. Okay, I'm good with Soul Guide Lantern. That's alright to see. Ooh, and a bauble. Okay. Hark, you found my mountain. Okay, we flash an ambush paratrooper, and then hopefully we use supply drop to remove something of theirs. Well, they've definitely got the artifacts, so I'm expecting to see some black here. No reason to use the combat trick. Mono red? We might actually use the supply drop to draw here. Could use the recruitment officer to try to find a 3-drop. But I like pressuring the opponent here. I think they're likely to block with Mishra. They did not. Okay. So I guess we'll just use the recruitment officers. Unless they try to target Strongbow with Excavation Explosion or something. Oh, they were missing white. Interesting that they're running Wings, Bobble, and Soul Guide Lantern in white. Boros. Okay, what do we got? A Brothers War or something? Seems odd that they would attack there. Grab work cohort's definitely not great to see here. We would like to use the military discipline. We can draw here. We do the Goblin Blast Runner since we have the supply drop. We kind of have to make a choice about what we leave open with military discipline and supply drop. I think we'll just take... Well, that's a tough choice. I think they're kind of comparable to one another. This one doesn't die to the 1/1. Really wish we hit a land there. So if we do supply drop and military discipline here, supply drop is just to keep the recruitment officer alive. Probably don't need to do that then. I mean, military discipline on the paratrooper is pretty damn tempting. I think we just keep developing the board, though. Alright, Zamboni, what you got? Three cards versus 3 cards. If we get Skitterbeam down, it's pretty much game. If we draw a land. Okay, that does suck. We can't hit a land drop. No, we can't hit a land drop. We can't hit a land drop anymore. I think they have to multiple block the strong bull here. They could go for removing the infantry and the recruitment officer. I think I go with... They have something. Could just be this ability. It's holding up their priority. Do we let recruitment officer die? Or do we put them at 3 HP? So we could place supply and drop and set it up to sacrifice. Keeping the 2/1 versus hitting them for 2 damage. Or then they're gonna have a really hard time with an empty board. Pretty sure I just do this. They do have a spell. Time to push the damage. Yeah, Pigpen, I agree. I think we go for the face. Let's see what they got. Got a whirling strike or something? Well, that's too bad. I should have... maybe I should have traded the damage, but then I wouldn't have been able to get the extra damage in. Okay. That's actually pretty devastating for us. I'm gonna go to 4. It's still pretty good, especially if we hit Skitterbeam here. I don't think we sack supply drop now, because it's like 1 damage now, but I think the Goblin Blast Runner is going to be 3 damage next turn. They're gonna have blockers. They're gonna have 2 blockers at least. They can still do Scrapwork Cohort to have a 2/1 and a 1/1. Man, this guy has all of the they're like an Izzet. They're like an Izzet setup here. Mishra's Bauble, Soul Guide, Lantern, Chromatic, Star. They have a ton of cheap artifacts. Where's their Goblin Blast Runner? Skitterbeam is lethal. Put him at 1. Seems worth putting them at 1. If they have a escape here, sucks. Yeah, they have a Whirling Strike, okay. Alright, they got 2 cards in hand, a Scrapwork Cohort, and we're guaranteed with the Power Stone to be able to play Skitterbeam Battalion. Siege Veteran? Well, as tempting as it is to use Obliterating Bolt, I think we just go with, yay, I played a Mythic. Booyah! You have a busted card? I have a busted card. Welcome to Brothers War. Hey, 1, 2, 3, let's go. You can't beat the 1, 2, 3. Aw, baby. It's happening. It's happening. Now we just need to draw our 1/4 drop. The perfect curve. Alright, they're doing nothing. I like this. This is good. Guaranteed Skitterbeam on turn 5 here. We just use military discipline on whatever they block. Wow. Didn't you want to go for the Goblin Blast Runner freebie? No, retrieval unit. It blocks one of our 2/2s. Not fair. I do not care if they block the Blast Runner. Do whatever you want. Please don't have a board wipe? Heh? No board wipe? Do you think that was a quick enough game? Alright. Oh, hey, we have Skitterbeam again. Kind of thicker Wellspring's but actually I almost wish this was just a land. We've got a turn 1, turn 2, quasi turn 3, and then when we hit 5 we go Skitterbeam. We only have 1 mountain, but definitely not a mulligan. No, wait, you can't go first. I imagine my deck plays immensely better on the play than the draw. Boom! It's my Marvin the Martian. Disfigure? Draw with Chromatic Star? What are we doing here? Oh, they made black mana. That's 1 mana burn by the old rules. Okay, this thing has reach. Don't let me forget that it has reach, because the other day I attacked into a Skyfisher Spider like a total tool. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We hit the mountain. The problem is Tower Worker is really screwing up our attack plan here. I could have attacked here with both and gotten 1 damage through. I did actually miss 1 damage. So next turn we can do Skitterbeam Battalion. They have what, 5 cards over here? We could get rid of their Rager. I think it's good enough to get rid of the Rager. Although it could trade up, and if they play something, I mean, if they play Trench Stalker, that's not good. I mean, we can't kill that with Bolt. Be mana efficient here. I think because our curve is like the way that it is, I think that it's okay to just exile the Rager. And then I'm not going to miss the 1 damage this time. Charbelcher? Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Goblin Charbelcher deals damage equal to the number of non-land cards revealed this way to any target. If the revealed land card was a mountain, Goblin Charbelcher deals double that damage instead. Put the revealed card on the bottom of your library in any order. What is that doing in their deck? Oh my god, we could almost save up till 9. But I think we go with letting them take Scrapwork Mutt here. Yeah, I mean, like, that's definitely a mono red card, right? They're gonna give us the card draw off of Mutt. That's kind of nice. I just played 3 cards on turn 5, all with haste. Oh my god, Skitterbeam? Oh my, and we're just, look at our, for 15 lands, we could have saved Skitterbeam until we could play it for 9. Alright, Gix's command is a decent response to Skitterbeam Battalion. I'll give you that. Oh yeah, baby. Hit me for that 1 damage. We have 1-drops in the deck. Strong Bull lets us sack Wellspring here. It's not bad. I don't think we're gonna win though. I mean, Gix's command off of that was just silly. The damage. We go to 8. Nice. Okay. Since we already have playables, I think I'm going to wait to sack the Wellspring here. They're going to play Flying with the Kill Zone. We have the Reach for that. For 1 HP, so they could Charbelcher us for lethal. They're playing a meme deck that would get absolutely rolled if it wasn't playing Gix's command. And Gix's command won them the game. Alright, so this is blocking here. This is blocking here after we sack. We're probably dead anyway. But in case they could Charbelcher. I mean, we're going to end up on a list somewhere for being Charbelchered on lethal. Alright, so this dies to a single removal. 1 damage is probably not worth that. I'd like to keep the recruitment officer, so let's get the 2 damage in here. 2 damage in and pray. I mean, we're dead on lethal anyway, right? I should have attacked with the Blast Runner, because Rock Hunter just dies. Alright, top deck a land. Punk! Alright. Shuffler. Take my beautiful, brilliantly crafted 1 win away from Diamond Boros deck, and Gix's command me right after I play Skitterbeam. I see how it is. I see how it is. We don't have red. Red's the most common color in our deck, though. Opponent's going first, so we are on the draw. We do have a turn 1. I think I keep it. Barely. Our chances of drawing a mountain are 24%. It's not 0. But even if we're just stuck on mono white, we have things to do. We have 3 playable cards. And look at that! Mountain's our first card. I think they have gift. Got a two cost spell, it's an instant. Huh. Interesting that they disfigured after taking the damage. I thought they were going to turn 1 disfigure. Swear flask. Okay, just straight up 3 colors? That seems bold. Now, if they play something with 4 toughness, we can military discipline it. We can also obliterating bolt whatever they play. I think we save the static net for when we don't have the answer. Supply drop here is kind of bogus anyway. We could play the supply drop though. Alright, so it's giant growth versus giant growth time. If they have a giant growth, they're really playing me. Because I think they would have played it in response. So I think I'm just going to do supply drop here. Take him to 10. Pray they don't play something with toughness 5. Because we've got 2 removal in hand, so... Oh, man, that is terrible. Emergency Weld is just terrible here. Because it guarantees that it trades on either one of our thing. And, like, we don't want to play Bolt. The nice thing about Static Net here... Oh, it doesn't even guarantee us the Skitterbeam. So we only have 1 mountain. It's not great. I'm going to attack with just the conscripted infantry, try to keep the rock hunter alive, because at least we get a 1-1 out of it. And then Skitterbeam Battalion praying for the red off the top here. We got 1 more removal. We didn't hit any explosions, so that kind of sucks. Now, alternatively, I could have done the static net, which would have given us the ability to do the supply drop draw, and then the obliterating bolt. I like getting this in play. I think we can... Dissident can be problematic, but I think we're okay here. Could get rid of this and have them trade the patrol. All right, this is it's turned into an interesting game. Opportunist, okay, so they can pump that. So far they have no answer to ambush patrol, which is good. Okay. There's hope. And if they block the 1/1, that's fine here. Just because it's enough damage. They go to 1 HP. They go to 5 HP. Okay. I'm hoping that Paratrooper is the answer here. Paratrooper is good if we draw a land. We have a 38% chance that we can play the Paratrooper and pump. Reach is... Whoa, wait, what? They didn't sack? If I attack with 2 3/3s, it puts them in an awful lot of... puts them in a perplexing spot. They can gain life from the Skyfisher Spider, but then if the Spider dies, we can ambush Paratrooper. Oh, they have gift. Oh no, they can't have gift. What's keeping their priority? Giant growth? They have a way of bringing back Skyfisher to kill ambush Paratrooper. That would be pretty crazy. Okay, no, good. They took the life. Alright, just don't slam like a Boulder Branch Golem and we're okay. Hey, don't hover over Paratrooper either. That's not okay. Dang it. Opponent clinging on. Military discipline would be great here. Mountain, not so much. Alright, do we have Bitter Reunion in the deck? We have Military Discipline, Recruitment Officer, Blast, Mishra. We do have a Bitter Reunion, so we can hold our land. We also have a Mutt. So, do I trade the 2/2 Trample for the 2/2 here? And I think the answer is yes. Alright, we got him down to 4 HP. Here we go. That's a lot of mana. That's a big, beefy dude. Okay. Land 1. 32% chance to draw land. Yeah, you should attack me, for sure. Come on, chaining stuff. Okay, so Blast Runner, really no way to sacrifice, guaranteed. I think I'd rather take the 2/2 flyer. Although it was 1 more damage either way. Airlift Chaplain versus going wide. They do have the reach card. It's good to know. Then again, if they're only going to block once, I'd rather wait a turn. This is definitely tricky. I think I'd rather wait and go wide. Well, this is still lethal. So if they block it, it's not quite. We'd put them to 1 HP if they have a trick. Otherwise, it's very, very lethal. Oh, good. They don't even have a trick. Good. There's a choice there. Hey, they did a really good job holding on there. I thought they were going to come back for sure. That's a ways back. Alright, a 3-drop, a 3-drop, and a 3-drop in a deck that has 6 3-drops and a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drops. I believe we're going to top deck a 1-drop recruitment officer. Okay, we did, but it was a combat trick. Alright, now we're going to top deck a 2-drop. No, that's not a 2-drop. Hey, I too can play 2 mountains and do nothing. Alright, blue-red into Wing Commando. That is a strong start. Weakest card here is Conscripted Infantry. Probably go with the Bull here because it can attack without the combat trick. We're probably 3-dropping and then using the combat trick next turn though. Which would be nice to have the Airlift Chaplain on the block with the mill if we don't have to use it, so. They might not attack into the Airlift Chaplain though, with Wing Commando. Blue-red tends to have a strong amount of a red or artifact, so that doesn't do increased damage there. We want to hold up the military discipline, I think, over playing the recruitment officer. And then, like, basically regardless of whatever we hit, we just don't take it. That's such a good card. Alright, well, screw blocking. Who needs to block? Since we're not blocking, let's play recruitment out. Boros doesn't block. Boros attacks. We can always static net the mechanized warfare if we want. They probably go for the block here, right? I don't think we need to static net it. We can always play conscripted infantry to block it, too. Equal the number of cards in your hand. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. Alright. I have more stuff I want to do with white. We already have the double pip. Ambush is tempting, but we can always play this on 7 for a pump ball effect. Next turn is probably a static net. Yes, I like you attacking here. This feels good. Okay, so we can paratrooper next turn for a complete board pump. And right now we can just go with static net on wing commando and attack freely. Could also sack the power stone here for an additional 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It would put them at 4. I like that. Okay. Looking pretty good outside of a board wipe. Two blockers. Whoa, they're attacking? Yeah, that could not be right. There's no way that was right. Alright, well we have Skitterbeam, which makes it awfully tempting to not discard a land. Since we want to hit that on 5. So I think for now I'm actually going to hold on to the mutt. Lead out with the Rock Hunter. Blue. Okay, so they're doing a machine over. Ooh, do we risk it? I don't think the payout's good enough. I think we use the military discipline here in case they're stuck. No, actually, that gives them more dig. Yeah, whatever. Boros, we swing every turn. Go, go, go. If they play a 1-1, it's gonna feel real bad. But I'm gonna play this and not. We're not messing with a good thing. We've got a guaranteed Skitterbeam on turn 5. We probably trade Rock Hunter for whatever they play here. Of course, if they don't play anything, I like Strongbow here in case they have some sort of shenanigans. We can do it pre-combat to sacrifice Scrapwork Mutt, for example, if they have some sort of flash creature. Hopefully they're just Stern Lessening, though. Okay. So they just didn't do anything turn 3. End of turn, Stern Lesson? There we go. Okay. Next turn, Skitterbeam Battalion, Unleash Hell. Let's go. Watch them do a Skitterbeam of their own? No? Okay. Doesn't block well either. It does get rid of Strongbow. Please don't have a counterspell. Oh. Oh, they scared me for a second. There was that pause and I was like, oh no, you didn't. So they go to 2 HP. 4 HP with Strongbow back. I'll just let him trade Strongbow, it seems okay. Okay. Zephyr Sentinel, they trade the 4-1 and the 2-3. They take 8, they go to 6. Maybe trading the Strongbow was the wrong choice there. Just because that whole field is... Oh my god, they have the perfect... Okay, so we lose 1. Oh, we don't even lose 1. I think supply drop is lethal. Skitterbeam so strong. 47, 42, whatever. All right, well, we've got all white with 1 white source. Starved on white sucks a little bit, but it's playable. When you're starved on a source, you always want to play that source. Like, even if Blast Runner was a better turn 1, like 99% of the time you wouldn't want to do it. Because you want your hand to be fluid. All right, what's your 3-drop? Because whatever your 3-drop is, it's gonna get destroyed by my attack here. What? You're not even gonna play it on defense? Okay. Four damage, I think, makes it so the Blast Runner attacks better in the future, so I think doing a military discipline here is actually okay on the Blast Runner. If they play something with 5 toughness, obviously this isn't great. Like, if I go 1-drop, 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 you don't attack with your blitz there, right? Like, that feels like you can't do that. They're still attacking? Okay. Static Net gets rid of their Stone Seeker here. Gains us the life, they lose the Power Stone. I'm hoping that the Power Stone was important. Puts him back down to 4 mana, which might not be enough. Okay, Cinder Maw. God, please still attack you. What is this person doing? It's amazing. Pretty sure I have lethal. There's no shock in the format or anything, right? So Whirling Strike just on one thing is probably the safest. This gives it +2/+0 and trample. So we have lethal with military as long as this doesn't do it. This also removes Cinder Maw, which is an okay over the top precaution here. So we still have the lethal. We go for it here. And let's bring this up to a 3/2. I don't know why they were attacking with Blitz. That seems like a wrong time to be attacking. God, what only are... We have a whole bunch of 2-drops and 1-drops. Just see our 3-drops. Okay, well, it's definitely not bad. A 2-lander in this would be sketchier. We're on the draw. They get to do their turn 1 recruitment officer, and we get to sit here twiddling our thumbs. Okay. So we're playing more of the defensive deck. Alright, so we can pray that they don't have an ambush paratrooper and have an exact mirror of our deck. Good. Okay, they didn't have that. That's good. Mono white? Strongbow versus Airlift Chaplain. Since we already had the slower start, I think I like this. We could Rock Hunter in Military Discipline. It would work better if we had the guaranteed land in our hand, because then we could static net and try to hit for Rock Hunter for 4, which is just solid damage. We are stuck on 1 red source though, so it's another reason to go here. They too have a flash something rather. Oh, okay, so they're blue-white soldiers. They were just missing blue. So I don't think there's any way in hell I take this block, because I'm pretty sure they have a military discipline. Wink. Okay. We would like to be able to block with a trick up of our own. So the fact that we missed here, I think we have to keep military discipline up so that we can at least make their attacks bad. So if we put military discipline and they put military discipline on, both of our cards still just trade 2 for 2. Man, if they have a double trick though for the prowess. Alright. Uh-oh. Huh. The military discipline still kills recruitment officer. That's pretty good for us. That was brilliant. Come on, we have got to hit a land here. Oh no, all of our mountains. Alright, well, we can take recruitment officer. That's fine. Both of our mountains, though. Rest in peace. That means Skitterbeam's not coming out. We got three of their cards with that, though. That was huge. Military discipline on Strongbow was just chef's kiss. Okay, this is good. This is a good draw. Static Net on Thopter Architect is really tempting, but it's not a particularly strong card. I think holding up Military Discipline here, playing Strongbow, looks pretty good. I mean, this even blocks well enough that maybe it's just Strong Bull and then Recruitment Officer. Since if we do draw land, we can go wide here. We've got good removal for something scary in their hand. I hope they attack with the Thopter Architect. Okay, so we didn't hit the land. Static Net is pretty tempting here to remove the Scrapwork Cohort. It's not unanswerable, but like the likelihood that they drop something that we just can't answer is pretty low in blue-white. Whirling Strike over whatever they block is really tempting too. And then we could play the Blast Runner down. That's not bad. Just gives them more 1/1s because of the Unearth from Scrapper Cohort. And they can hit for flying. So, I mean, they are going to have like 5 damage coming at us that puts at 7. But I think we're rushing them better. Okay. I like this. They've got a trick. A military discipline of their own. No, it's a curate. Okay. Definitely subpar cards for the final boss, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Thopter Architect or Curate. Which makes me nervous that if they're the final boss, they must have something in their deck that is a good amount of damage. I could military discipline on the flyer here, put them at 7. But I think they're going to go for a crackback lethal strategy, and it's not necessary. Would rather use it to get through something like the 2/3. One more card. Come on. If we get a land, we have a 39% chance here. Recommission. Okay. If we attack with the Peregrine Strongbull, that's the 3/3. It's got a pretty decent military discipline. Could trade here, though. I think they're setting up a lethal crack. At least an attempt at it. So I think we go with the Strongbull attacks. If they go for no blocks here, then they're definitely setting up a lethal. And I think we remove Thopter Architect. Considering we just need to stall till we hit a land, and then I think we have lethal. Soldier. So they're definitely thinking about it. You're just gonna take the damage. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Which is why we go here and get rid of the Thopter Architect. Or the Tactician. Because then they're just attacking with a 3-1 in the air, and like the chances of them hitting lethal are pretty low. But that's a lot of flyers, whereas on the ground... Tactician versus Thopter. 3-1, 4 for 2, 6, 9. Only have one blocker. Versus 2, we've got the blockers on the ground there. 2/2s, the 2/3 can block there. We've got good blocks for their attack if we remove the Thopter Architect. Yeah, okay, they're going wide. Seems interesting that they would attack there. Do we go with Skitterbeam Battalion and just close our eyes? Doesn't seem bad. Or what we could do is we could sacrifice here, give that menace, military discipline. I think we do. I think we just go here. I think we just go Mythic, carry us home. Not even gonna count it. Math is for blockers. We have 8 attackers. They have 3 blockers. Skitterbeam for the win. Okay, back-to-back trophies. They will be available on YouTube later. This one might take a week or so to get there, but that was the fastest trophy experience. Boros is busted, especially when you get a busted mythic. Very good.